Hi, and welcome to the Code Maven channel again. And hi, Mark.
Hi.
And thank you everyone for coming to this meeting. We are going to continue on the development of this course management application. My name is still Gábor Szabó, as earlier. Actually, I just had a session a couple of hours ago with Eric, who is the maintainer of the BDD, test BDD module. I don't know if you are it's called test BDD Cucumber. I don't know if you are familiar with. And what we did is that we wrote some specifications that can be turned into tests for this very project. So I can show you in a second what we got there, and then we can reuse that if we would like to start writing a test. It can be might be interesting just to connect the two things. Or we can just continue whatever we have been doing. Okay. So, anything you would like to say now, or just shall I go on? Or
no, just sorry about last week. Was recovering from a COVID shot.
But you recovered from it.
Yes.
Good. It's good to have these vaccines already. We are strongly time stamping the videos. Okay, so let me share the screen. And yes, so this is the terminal that you can notice it. This is the application. This is, by the way, I'll put it in the channel for everyone. This is the link to the BDD video that I just mentioned that I recorded with Eric Husman. This is by putting here the link to the application that we are building right now. And that also includes the video from the previous time, link to the Git repository, and so on. And just to quickly show you what I did with what we did together with Eric, we have this T login feature that we started to write. This is basically BDD description that is supposed to. Do you have experience with BDD?
I have no experience with it, so this is all new to me.
Okay, so just a quick explanation. BDD is not actually about testing, even though the module in Perl is called test BDD Cucumber. It's more about a communication between the business people, let's say, or the requirements people, and the developers. And it's a way to describe in a relatively simple English the requirements. And then simple that it can still be readable in English, but it can be converted automatically into test cases. So let's say there is this scenario that the code basically is, if you are translating to tests, is that there is a given section. Okay, and now in this case it's even a little bit complex. So just think about it that this is like this. Okay, that's the basic. We already refactored it. So there's a scenario which is just some free text, a given which is basically the fixture. Okay, so you describe what is the fixture, and then some action that you do in the test. Okay, we go to the student page, and it can also has end parts. So it can several things that you actually verify. Okay, so these would be. This is the fixture, and then this is what you do something, and then here these are the is and okay and whatever statements when you translate it to Perl. And how it gets there, so I'm just putting it back here. You have a file that basically has these regexes, okay, that can match the content. So it's a given and the regular expression. And then it translates into actual tests. Now the test, we haven't written the test, we just have some pseudo code here. So this will become the test. Okay.
Okay.
We might get there if we are going to get to test writing.
Okay.
Okay. So we were here that we had this application.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for it. Yes. And then we could reload it. And this is what we get here. And we could click on one of the courses and then look at the link, get to one of the exercises. And we could also upload a file. So that's where we finished, that we uploaded the file.
Yep, I remember.
Oh, that's better. I don't. I had to go through this in order to remember.
Okay. By the way, we got some comments on the first video from Joel Berger, and he had some comments about our use of the stash, and he said that the config was actually in the stash until Mojolicious 9.0. It isn't an invalid use, just not the most common. He'd have probably put the course config into a helper, whatever that means. So we'll have to, we might want to dive into that. And he said that also you want to get the application's existing Mojo home instance from self home rather than making a new instance of it. And if you're instantiating a new object manually in Mojolicious, you're usually doing it wrong, especially if it comes from existing data. So I guess if we want to look at let's see. Where we were doing my home, Mojo home new. I guess there's already a method called self home that we could be using instead.
Okay, so we have this home, so I could say just self home instead of this, right?
Yeah, I'm looking up in the docs to
actually this is sort of I'm at the point that we are already refactoring now the code, but in order to verify it, I will have to do it manually now, right?
Right.
So,
it looks like Joel might have skipped a step there. Make it self app home. There you go.
okay. And I don't remember, is Morbo reloading or do I have to give it -R?
Morbo says, I think Morbo reloads, so we can just go back to just go back to the web page and make sure it still works.
Yeah, but I don't see it reloading here. So let me try something. Let me try to break it. Yeah, well, it reloaded. Yeah, I managed to break it. Okay, so now it's broken, but it's working again. Okay.
Okay, good. So there, we've already made it more correct.
Let's just figure it out. Home. If there was another place here, like.
Yeah, course management controller, course PM.
Okay, so I need to have here home, not self up home, and self up home, and self almost up home. I'm not sure.
And then we don't need Mojo home anymore up at the top.
Yeah. Okay, and the other one also, or neither, or whatever. Yeah, and this was the.
I mean, you could still assign self app home to a variable and just use that instead of having to type it all the time.
Yeah, probably that will be. That's what I started to say, that it's too many arrows here every time. Maybe even just self up home I would assign and then keep using.
Yeah.
I mean, for now we don't need the app for anything else.
Right.
I don't know. It's strange to me that we are using 2 spaces here, but that's how it started.
Yeah, I usually use 4.
Yeah. No, I'm just returning everything back the way it was. Good. And
Oh, make
except
that.
this one, where I
Yeah.
have 2 arrows.
And you need a semicolon after the other line.
Yeah, too much Python these days.
I understand.
Okay. I need spaces and I don't put semicolons. It's just Python. Okay. Still, we're still doing this work. We're still working. Okay.
Okay, good.
And I can go back here as well. Lovely. I know how now editing. I'm editing all the time. Good. Git diff. Okay, so git add stop using Mojo. Who made the comment?
Joel Berger.
Oh, you don't know how to write his name? Joe?
Joel.
Joel?
Yes.
Oh, not Y? Okay.
No Y. Berger. Berger.
Oh, this one?
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay. So I'll do this. So what's next?
Well, with that out of the way, do we want to continue using the stash for the config, or do we want to go with his recommendation about putting the config into a helper, which means we have to learn how to do helpers?
We can try learning helpers. Okay, Mojolicious helpers. Okay, plug in default helpers. Here it is, helpers. Okay, so helpers are okay. And just shout out to all the people who are here. If you have any comments, please do comment. You can use the chat. You can't speak, but I mean, we won't hear you. But feel free to put in the chat if you already know what to do, or you see something that we are not doing correctly. Please help us. Or if you have questions, okay? So just that's the reason to be here at the live coding.
Okay. Well, let's see here. This is talking about using it in Mojolicious Lite with a keyword called helper. However, we're doing regular Mojolicious, so it looks like the way to do that, I'm looking in Mojolicious guides growing. they've got that whole document is about growing things from a Mojolicious light application to a full Mojolicious application. And it looks like the way to register a helper is to go into the startup method in your app and use the self helper method.
Where did you get that from?
Scroll down to, or do a search for simplified application class. There you go.
Okay.
So it looks pretty similar. You just pass it a hash with a name and a code ref of what you want the helper to look like.
Okay, and then what can we do with the helper? So we then
Um,
so it has a state variable. So we load this, and then every time we call the user whatever here later. So users here. This one, right?
Right.
This will return that object here.
Right. And what we would probably do is with our helper, that would be where we load the course config, and that way we could have it always available in a course config method.
So we would have a config, let's say.
Yeah, let's call it something. Let's call it like course config, because there's already a config method.
And then we have a variable which is the course config. I call it a different way just to make it clear that they are two different things.
Okay, course config data, or yeah.
Just, and then here comes
the load file.
The load file, right? Okay. Yeah, new person arrived. Welcome. You can talk to us in the chat, and you're welcome to talk to us in the chat. Okay, or ask questions.
So now we have a course config method.
So I should be able to use on the $C course config.
Yeah, let me make sure about that.
But do we have the $C here in the startup?
Yes, we do. We still have it would be self, so you might want to make either shift self off of the
I'm going back to our previous way, and
yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so in here I won't want to have again self whatever. I have this variable already. Okay,
right, that sounds good.
And then in other places, and just the question, wait a second, actually then it means that we don't need these, right? Because that's the way we put it on the stash.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have to keep putting it on the stash like that.
Okay, so I can remove this whole thing, right, with the arrow.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can remove that whole
including the arrow, including a FATCOM.
Yes, we just want the two.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got a command that I shouldn't type date if I mean data, which is totally right. Okay. Thanks. Though I think that the comment came just to me. So if you're writing comments, it's probably better to write to everyone, and then
yeah,
can also see it. Okay.
yeah,
Because
make that state course config data equals course config. There's a missing G at the end of the line. There you go.
Okay. So now
now we can go back to the controllers.
There are CC all the places.
Right.
So display we have also in the template somewhere and then the management course this controller.
Right.
Which is this one. So theoretically we have here, right?
Mm-hmm.
From here
we could do self course config.
Self and then course config.
Yes.
You think there's nothing in between?
I think that's it.
Let's see. Okay, so that's good. And
now we just need the template now.
The template example, this one. Here too, shall I just use self?
I'm not sure we get self in here. I think we need to pass it as part of the template. So
So every time we call render, we also have to pass in CC and then give it CC.
That sounds good.
And here too, CC, and then I give it CC. Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole separation of concerns thing.
And did you forget my course somewhere? Didn't like me. Line 10. Maybe it was a previous restart. Yeah, okay. That's not nice. I would prefer that it gave me some message here that, okay, now I managed to compile.
Yeah.
Because it's just so that it wasn't, I'm still in the compilation error, even though that was because I saved it earlier. And
okay. So now we learned how to do helpers.
Okay, good. Helpers. So git diff. So okay, git add.
Replace using stash for course config with helper.
Okay. I wrote his name.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Good.
Okay, now we have to do actual work.
I think that's one of the biggest issues in programmers, that they think that this is not work. This is like the greatest work. Removing code is the best thing to do. Next week we just download an application that does everything like that we wanted, and then we can throw away all of our code, and that's the best solution.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, and someone asking if we can package it later of this application. Well, we can put the whole thing into a container, Docker container later on, but I'm not sure that we're going to do this today. We are trying to focus on writing the application, and for now we haven't started this Docker container, so I guess we won't do that now.
Right. We're just going to be developing locally using Mojo.
Okay.
Containers will come much later.
Yeah. Do we need this?
No, we don't need any of that. We're not using Mojo upload or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want to take out, are we still using Mojo upload?
We do, but we use it, but not, we don't instantiate it.
Right. It's already given to us from the request.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just reminding myself of what we did last time. We
can try the registration now. Not the registration, sorry, login. So
yeah, sure.
Because we have the, where do we have the data? Not the data, sorry. Courses. Okay, in the courses, we have the config file. Let me see it. Courses. That's something I don't know how to do in Vim. I have to. So we have the courses file. We have the people, the email addresses, and then we can write a form where the person can write in their email, and then this form we won't send an email, we just call a function called send mail, okay, with, let's say, the appropriate content.
Okay.
And then probably we should start writing tests as well. I don't know, how do you do it usually?
Yeah, definitely we want to write tests.
I already felt a little bit uncomfortable now that we made these changes. I said, oh, maybe we should write tests first and then.
Okay. Let's write a simple test for listing the courses.
Okay. I had to comment this out because this already was broken, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It was broken probably. I didn't check why, but probably because it doesn't say Mojolicious anymore.
That's right.
So it says this one.
Right.
Okay, so let me just reset this test. And no, I lost the proof command.
It's not in your history. You're just going to have to type it out. Prove
yeah,
VL.
I don't remember. I don't remember how it's written, so it doesn't matter.
Prove VL. Prove dash VL.
Yeah, but we have. Yeah. Okay, that's not the thing. Okay. Interesting. What happened now? Let me clean the screen. Run it again. So the application is running, but the test is complaining.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's saying global symbol CC requires explicit package name
In the
template.
template.
In template. Okay, let's look at the template.
So we don't have the CC here.
No,
That's
we
what it
don't.
says.
Mhm. So where was our welcome method? Let's pull that out first.
Ah, maybe we okay. Wait a second. But no, it's in the controller, no?
Not for the course. This is
a different control.
example PM.
Okay, we should rename that.
Yes, we should.
Okay, so I'll need the CC here. So I get
Yes,
this.
you will.
Okay.
You'll need the CC, and then you'll need to pass it to the template with render.
Do I need the list of for now, let's put it there. Okay.
Okay.
And then I have to pass it like this, right?
That's right.
CC.
Much better.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Do we want to rename this so it doesn't confuse us anymore?
Okay, let's rename it. What is this? Main?
Okay.
Main sounds good, right?
Sounds good to me.
And where else do we have here?
We have in our startup.
So do we have to also rename the template file?
We have to rename the directory that the template is in, and also in course management PM, we have to rename that.
So we rename this git move to templates main.
Mm-hmm.
And in the main controller.
Not the main controller, the main app.
Okay, I don't need this one anymore. I can remove this now incorrect comment.
You can remove that. We can also remove that message thing. We're not using that anymore.
This one?
Yeah, we're not passing that. We're not using that in the template anymore, are we?
Okay. Definitely. Okay, we don't write this one. This specifically not one. No.
Right.
Okay. 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 So what else do I need to do?
In lib course management.pm. Change the routes below. Instead of saying example, we're going to say main. There you go.
Okay.
Much better.
Whatever real
purpose.
Oh. Okay. Good. By the way, just in case git remote, just in case someone is trying to follow this. I pasted it in here in the channel in case anyone wants to grab the source code while it's still hot. Okay.
Okay. We were going to do the login, right?
Right.
Okay. So, or did we want to do the login, or did we want to write some tests for listing the courses and the exercises?
Yeah. Okay, we can write now a test to list the courses that will have to change, because once we have a login, you won't see the exercises on the front page. But for now, yeah, maybe it's better now. Whatever we have, let's write a test case for that.
Okay.
So this is basically what we see now, and we already test that we see this text message. Now we would like to check these two lines, right?
That's right. But ideally, we would be setting those as fixtures in the test rather than relying on the config file being a certain way.
Yeah, so that's something that I already thought, that I'm not that happy that now we have committed this this config file. This one. Probably it shouldn't be committed as the one that we are using. So probably it should be put it aside into the tests, and then for the testing, we put it somewhere, maybe here, maybe some other place, I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere in the T directory, sure.
Okay, but
we'll
then
have to, and then we'll have to be able to tell the app to load it as part of our tests.
I would say let's write the test now as it is, okay, and then make it change it to use some other place.
Okay.
So we would also here we would want to load, right? I'm just thinking about, we would like to load the config file ourselves. So in the test.
Okay. Yep. So we're going to need YAML again.
Okay. Just this. Which did we have a YAML already? Yeah, we already had this YAML load file.
Yep.
Okay. And we had it in lib course management. Lib course management. And that's what we are loading. So now
we have to get home from T app home.
T app home.
Yeah, we can do that.
And this one.
That's going to be probably T app config.
T app config. Okay. So now we would okay. So diag explain course config. Let me see what we got here. Okay,
there you go.
We have the configuration file. So it's a list of courses, right?
It's array ref of hashes.
Of hashes, and each one has a name
Mhm.
and an ID. Okay. The only problem I don't like, only thing I don't like now that we're rewriting the whatever code we have in the application.
How do you mean? Oh,
So
we're redoing what's already
re-implementing.
in the app. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But in this case, we don't.
We don't need the whole thing. We don't need
Yeah.
the whole list. We can just say one. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's say we just check whether in the config element 0, and then I already forgot what are the fields, name and ID. So
Yeah.
there is the name, and we would like to say that, well, so I probably don't want to run it again and again, this content like.
Right.
I would probably want to assign the content somewhere. So do something like this. My content equal to this. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah, let's look in the test Mojo thing on CPAN. Test Mojo is a test user agent based on Mojo user agent. So
this is TTX res content. It looks like.
okay, so that's you. It's TX is the transaction, res means response, and then content is your content. So we'll do that.
But this one, it didn't like the content. Oh, because it's a status is. Okay, so
yeah, so let's
this should be a content. This should have a, no, not even not.
No. You're mixing up assigning things with running a test. So let's just do get okay.
And then on this one we do the okay and.
Well, let's make that get okay, and that'll still that still always returns the same T object there. So yeah, okay. we don't even need to assign it. Just take out that my T. We're already assigning it.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
and then do my content equals TX res content.
And then I do this, right?
I think let's
well, I can run it. While you're reading, I'll run it, okay?
Okay, so content is an actual object. We're going to have to pull more stuff from there. It's a Mojo content single object.
So someone is commenting here that to say T get okay, and then on status is, and then on do a Q, whatever, unclear, text like, okay? The thing is that what I would like that we would like to have several of these like statements running on the same content. And we don't want to run the get OK every time, because that would run the application several times, which in our case might not matter.
Right. So instead of, I think we can just do T content like as many times as we want.
T content?
Yeah, just instead of using test more's like function, just do T content like.
So, but then I don't have the dollar content here, right?
You don't need dollar content anymore, no.
So, but so T content?
Do T content underscore like.
Okay.
And take out that content first parameter there. Give that a try. Much better.
Okay. And then we also had this thing. So we also had T, the status. Status is 200. Okay, I'm just trying to replicate this one. Okay, so this line that we had, now we have it in 2 lines.
That sounds good.
Okay, so, and the whole idea, the whole reason that we would want, I mean, we could actually have it in 1 line, right? Probably we could stack here on this one.
If we wanted to, we could do that just like it did before.
Yeah,
but we're going to be doing content like a bunch of times. So let's do another content like line where we're testing it against the course config entry.
Yeah. So here we have the content like almost T arrow content like, and then that it has the name of the first one. And I can get rid of this OK one because we already have enough OKs. And it's not a regex, so let's turn it into a regex. Probably there is a content has, right?
Let's find out.
Or content contains or something. Where are you looking at?
I'm looking in test Mojo. And there's content is and content like, but no content has.
Okay.
I know I'm used to using W mechanized, so this is a little different.
Yeah, okay. It's okay. We have a regular, except that, well, whatever, we might have some special characters in the text. So whatever, that regexes might think they are special.
Right.
And
how do you want to handle that?
what was this? Contains? It's past contains. It's not the test.
Oh, there's a method called text is, which uses CSS selectors to do exact matches for things inside of the DOM.
Okay. So this worked, but there is the $T. and then text is,
Mhm.
and then
the first thing we want is a CSS selector. So
this is the selector, and then it's, and then the text. Okay.
So let's look at the HTML there. We want to look inside of an LI.
So we probably now should add that at least an ID for this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's add in the template. Let's put IDs in that list there.
Okay. So I mean, I thought giving this one an ID at least, ID equal courses.
And let's make an ID in the LI as well. We'll get course ref ID in there.
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, we can do that. So now how do you write this?
Let's just do pound and then interpolate course config 0 ID.
Okay, I'm not sure that's a percentage dollar, but we'll see.
Exact match for select. Okay, because it's inside of there is the anchor. So put an A after that. So course config 0 ID space A.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah, let's give that a try.
Okay.
It works.
Very nice.
And now it's a lot less brittle than doing a regex of the entire document. Now we're parsing the DOM and getting the exact tag we want.
Okay. I can get rid of this one. Okay, so this was one test. Then we can go on, and when we click on this one, then we have the list of exercises. So,
okay. So we're going to want to do another get okay. Or do we want to put this, do we want to keep this in the same test script?
So what I would put it in a subtest this.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's extract the first line and put that outside of the subtest because we're going to be reusing, we don't need to keep creating a new app for every subtest.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
now we're still going to need to and take out and get the course config, load the course config outside of the subtest.
Okay.
Okay, so for next thing we're going to do is get okay. Slash and then a course ID.
Course and course ID. And well, the first ID of the course of the first.
Yep.
Maybe we do the second one this time. I don't know. Okay.
Get rid of the content like.
Okay, what do we have? What do we have here? Nothing. So we don't have anything special. This content like should contain. Okay, so what is the what was the config file? So it has exercises inside, and then there are there's the title.
Yep.
So it has the content like, it has exercises. This is the first exercise, and was there, it has a title. Okay. And this also should be the text is.
Yeah, I'm not sure your braces and brackets are okay there.
Yeah, but I don't need them anyway because I'm going to move them over here. Instead of like, okay. So now we'll just have to template course list exercises. So here to this ID exercises. So we should select the ID exercises, and then inside the first list item, and then the first A. Okay, I don't think I want to give here all the IDs.
Okay.
Okay, so here we select exercises. Exercises, then list item, but the first list item. How do I say that is the first one? Do you remember?
My CSS is rusty.
Yeah, mine is.
We have first child.
Like first, right? Like the first, like this? I think so. No.
We have both first and we have both first child and first of type.
First child like this, no?
Right. So first child of an LI. Well, that won't necessarily pick the first. We want the first LI child. So let's do pound exercises
Yes.
colon first child.
Yeah.
And that'll select the first LI.
Okay. So if I was writing in plural exercises, then it would have worked already earlier, because now it works.
Okay.
Okay. So exercises, first child, A, and that has the title. And the href is, how do I get the href of this one?
That's in brackets for attributes. So A bracket href.
And that should be the URL.
URL.
Okay. Got test expected. Test blocks Perl org.
Okay, that got the text inside the A. It didn't get the href.
There's no net mark here. No, obviously.
All selectors from. Okay, so when you do a href, it just means an A with an href attribute. So here's the I'm going to paste in chat here.
Okay.
Here's the list of CSS selectors that Mojo is using. So I think we're going to be doing we're going to be doing attribute equals, and then in quotes.
So we can't get the href of it to compare, but we might put it in the selector, no? So we can say href equal.
And then inside of there, we're going to put the URL.
So basically here we can put it this one, href, but then we don't need the first child thing.
True.
So we say that we have we probably don't even need the exercises.
No, we don't.
So A, and then we have this one, and it now with double quote.
Probably want to put that in a QQ instead of the double quote. And then because we're going to embed a double quote in the after the equal sign in href.
Oh.
And then put a quote after that brace. Quote.
Yeah, I'm just to it. There are braces overflow here.
Yeah, so quote.
No, here no, I have to close the quotes.
Close the quote, close the bracket too. Yeah. Put no, yeah, put a bracket before that brace. For the ahref part.
Okay, this one is to close.
Yes.
Okay, but still I need, and now I need to put in the title again.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit strange. Let's see if it even works. It works.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So you can, yeah, do you want to get rid of that first text is, since we're testing the title twice?
Yeah, that's what I said, that it is a little bit strange that now, well, We are testing now two different things, but
well, we're
what
still
if I
testing
put-
we're still testing the title. We're just selecting it two different ways.
yeah, but we are also checking or testing that we actually have this ID, this href.
Okay.
So what if I put here 1?
That'll be that'll be the second exercise. It'll break.
Why? So you expected to have it break. It broke.
Because I don't think we have any other exercises in course number 2.
Okay, that might be the case. Not this one, this one. Yeah, we only have
Yep.
one.
We only have one exercise.
So let's go for the if I go with the first one, then it should work, right? So if I had the first one here, then I also have to put here 0, 0, and 0. And now it should work. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever. Tests. Git status. Git diff. Okay.
Okay. It's a little ugly, but we'll go with it.
Okay. Let's let the user register. Not register, sorry, log in.
Okay. Let's do some fun stuff. Which means we have to go into the wild woolly world of email.
No, don't worry about that. We just have a function called sendMail that will get the subject, the content, and for now won't do anything.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can use the test to mock this function. So we will be able to test that we are indeed sending the email.
Okay. So first we're going to need a login form for them to put in their email address.
Yes. Templates, main, welcome. Okay, so we'll probably have here a form, right? Form.
Sure. Well, it's not actually going to log in. It's going to send them a code which they're going to log in with, right?
Yeah, but well, I probably that was sort of what I would see on a web page, no? And what is it? Placeholder? placeholder. Yes, okay. Is it now confusing that it says my email?
I usually use example.com, but that's fine.
Okay. And then I can type in. So now I also need the method, right?
Yeah, now
route
now
login.
now you're going to need a route for login.
Okay. So that's in management. I have to, it's a post. It says login. And
Let's put that in main.
okay. And so I have the controller. And it says
New method.
Sub login self. And
First thing we want to do is
you need
grab
the config.
grab the config, and we're going to grab the email address from the params.
Which is self params.
Self param. I think it's regular, just param, not params.
Okay. I
And then
forgot, did we have any logging here?
What's that?
Any logging?
Do we have any logging? No, we don't have any logging. You want logging?
Well, just to see, yeah, it would be a good idea.
All right. What flavor of logging you want? You want log for Perl?
Mojolicious doesn't have a method to just log some Mojo log. This one.
Okay, let's do that.
So I guess this is something like self up info.
Is it?
Or log. There's a log also. So
Let's see.
It's strange that the documentation doesn't. It explains how this module is being used, but we are not supposed to use this for like regular people.
Right.
This is so frustrating in many of the Perl documentations, probably in other languages as well, but I'm now talking about Perl, that it's like perfectly correct, it's just not for you or for me in this case.
Okay, so in self app log.
Okay, and then info.
That gets you the logging object.
Okay, so now if I come here and type in my email, let's say this one.
Well, your controller didn't actually render anything, so it's going to sit there forever.
Yeah, but so it's not sitting there, but the logging should be there. Here it is.
There you go.
Okay. Good. So now we just have to render something here. And now we'll have to, what do we need to do? Check email, generate code, save code to DB, send email, and then respond. Okay, so
Oh, is that all? That's a lot.
Yeah, but
Okay.
and we have to render two different ways depending on whether the email was correct or not.
Right.
Okay.
So let's make a template now.
Okay. Okay, or I guess these are the two things that we might want to print.
Correct.
And I might put here. Okay, so we need the email address first of all for this.
Yep.
To send in and then put it here. So,
Yep. So let's put that variable. Let's put a variable in there.
we don't need the CC here. On the
No,
other
we
hand.
don't.
Email, and then this is the email, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get back to it. Well, it gave up on us. Page not found. Okay, of course not found because it's a post request. Okay, and now it gives us the message, but still with the placeholder things.
Mm-hmm.
So now I already forgot how to add this.
I believe it's angle bracket %, is it?
Yeah.
% equals email.
Yeah, okay, the first one is good. Okay. Good. Now we need some conditions here, right?
Yep. Let's just call it success.
Oops. Okay, and here we'll have to supply the success. So it says success now.
Yay.
Okay, now it's invalid. Okay, so
Now comes the hard part.
okay, so let's check the email first of all. Okay, so
Okay.
we have it in the configuration. Okay. So right now, we just have a login page, and the
Yep.
user didn't select which course.
Do you want it to reveal the courses after they log in, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because they need to if I need to assume that there are more than one, so the same person can have can be attend more than one course, then based on the email I can't know which course. So when they are, on the other hand, that doesn't matter. It's the same person, so it doesn't really matter. So I can just give them access to them, and then I can reveal the courses where they are registered. Okay, good. So I can just go over all the emails for now, with all the users, all the courses. Okay, so I go over all the courses, all the students, and check if any of the email matches. And if there is a match, then I'm fine. So success, yeah. Oh, I'll need to retab afterward. I won't bother the video with adding spaces.
Yeah, this
I'll
is
put the spaces in later on.
Okay.
For my person, in CC. No, course.
It's going to be course.
Yeah. Something is the course. I already forgot. Course, student. And then the whole thing is a array.
May I suggest using one of the list utils modules for this, since we're going to be checking to see if there's going to be membership in an array?
So what would you suggest?
Well, let's go into the config.
Wait a second, let me finish this and then we improve it, okay?
Okay.
If email equal to student email, then success equals to 2, 1, and well, last, and I should come out from most of them, but it's good enough for now. Okay,
spell success correctly.
It's good to, it's always good to spell correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am here on the web page, and now I try to log in, and it says invalid email. And I had
you have Gabor at CodeMaven.
and it works.
Success.
Okay, so I suggest we write a test for this, and then we refactor in a better way that you recommended with the list utils.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Git status. Okay, so subtest login sub. So we do something like this, right? We post here something. So it's post okay, I guess.
Yep.
Post okay to login. And how do I write this? Like in a curly? I pass in.
Look, I'm looking right now. Well, let's do post. Okay. Then
Not pot.
after login, do a
Someone
fat
should
comma.
tell me that it's not pot.
No,
Post. Okay.
it's post. Okay. Login, fat comma form.
Yeah.
Fat comma, and then the hash ref that you have there.
Okay. And then it should give us, well, it's an interesting question if this should give us a 200 okay or
It
not,
should.
because it should, even though it's failing.
It's failing the we're not sending a different HTTP status, so it's still going to be 200.
Okay. And some text.
Let's just check for invalid email.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So this is login failed. And then there's a login where we put in, well, what do we put in?
Something that's configured okay for regular mail. So whatever you have a student for.
Yeah. So it's first course students email. Students email.
Yep.
Better have some space here. And it should fail now because I still have this invalid email there.
Yep, it's going to fail.
Okay, it doesn't match invalid email. Okay. Instead of that, here is the send. We have sent an email to. Okay. Good. First step in login system. Okay. So now that we have the tests, I am open for the refactoring.
Okay. So first thing we're going to want to do is get all the student emails out into a their own list.
So just
we're going to be doing some maps.
A map. Okay.
So the first array we want to get out from is CC.
Yeah, so now dollar underscore is a course.
$_ is a course. So for each course, we're going to do students. So course arrow students. And then we're going to have to do another map to the left of this one.
But this one will return
oh, that's going to,
reference.
right. So we want to wrap that.
Right, this. So now
There you
we
go.
get a long list of students. And then for each one, we'll pick out the email.
Yep.
And then we also can call unique on this.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Make sure to use list util.
List util.
And we're going to have to import all the functions we want. So unique, and let's pull in any as well.
Okay. And then instead of this, and instead of this, you just say
My success equals any.
And then there is something like this.
$_ EQ emails.
Okay.
There, isn't that much nicer?
Yeah. And it still works.
It still works.
Okay.
Let's hear it for functional programming.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the check email. Well, we have some, so there is some thing here. There is something here that I was thinking that I got the email from the user as the users typed in. It definitely might not be the same case as the one I recorded. So I recorded in all lowercase, and the students like to have all kind of uppercase letters in their email addresses.
So let's LC it.
So I'll see it, and I can also probably remove spaces from the beginning at the end, so just to be nice to them, so in case they put in spaces, so I can do this email and then remove the spaces from the beginning. And remove the spaces from the end, right?
Looks good. Or S plus.
Sorry?
S plus.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's just
still works. We don't test this part now, but okay. Okay, so we have the check email. Then, and it's a good question now if I should, when I send it back, whether I should send back the reformatted version or the original version, but I'll send back the reformatted version.
That's fine.
Yeah, because that's what we were checking actually.
Yep.
Then generate code. Okay. So
time Time to break out UUIDs.
UUIDs?
Yeah,
I would just generate a random number or something probably. Or, okay, let's do with UUIDs.
all right, whatever you want to do.
If we are already here. This one? Looks good.
Sure, let's do that.
And it generates something like, okay. And I need to do a new on it. And then create on it. And then I get back the UID, right?
Yep.
But okay, let's code, and then we actually have a generate code, save the code to database and send mail. Okay, so let's go with the send mail for now.
Okay, we'll just make a stub method for send mail.
Yes, so I put in to email, and for now I can put in code, and
I think there was a toString method we're supposed to use.
this one, toString here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I still need to have the toString here. Okay, let's see what happens now. So what happens if I resend this? Well, something bad. Can't locate object method toString via package. Okay, it didn't like me. Maybe I should actually read the documentation.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the new, and it's
okay, it's different.
directly
It's different.
toString.
It's a method you call on the data UUID.
Okay, on the
object.
so I can't do this like
you can't chain it like that.
So I need to use an UG, and then on the UG we call the create. And then on the UG we call the toString and give it the UUID.
It's a little weird.
And this is what we get then the code, right?
It looks good.
And actually, we only have to do this if it's successful, right?
That's correct.
So here I would probably do this, that I would probably, if not success, I would just do this and then return.
Well, no, it's return self-render. You want to put you want it's the return value should be the result of render.
Okay. Okay. And then we can go on doing with all other things.
Okay.
Okay. So back here, reloading.
We cut and pasted, so now it's not returning anything.
Sorry?
Go back, go further down. Oh no, we are returning something. Why is it global symbol code?
Semicolons always are welcome. Here we are, we always got the response. Okay.
Okay.
And let me just check. So we get the email address, but not the code.
Mhm.
So now if I submit this one, then we get the referent response and we get the code here.
There you go.
Okay. Good. So now we have this, and then we just have it like this, okay? And I don't need this two now, and you know, okay, let's just have this one. And so where should this send mail be? And I still have to save to database and all this, but we don't have the time for it now. So we can, I think, finish it with just the.
Well, we can, there's several ways we can do it. We can make it a function or method right here in the controller. I'm not sure if that's wise or not. We could make it a helper for the entire application to use. What do you think?
That we should start with something very quickly, as soon as possible, because I don't want to drag it too much.
Okay.
Okay, so, and it just.
Hey, we have signatures. We can use signatures. Sub, send mail, paren, email code. We don't have to parse out add underscore.
Experimental signatures, you mean?
Yes, they are experimental, but we are using them.
Okay. Oh, these are actually signatures here already.
Yes, they are.
Ah, I haven't recognized them. Okay,
Time to get with the times.
Yeah.
We're getting with the times.
So this should still work, right?
Yes, it should.
I guess
it doesn't do anything, but the test will work.
Yeah, the test should still work. Okay, so now we can actually add the test case. So in the test, we can mock this function, and from the test, we can print out the email and the code that we get.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I lost my test. Okay, so how do we mock this function? Where is it even? It's course management controller main. So it's course management main. Send mail.
Well, we're going to be using, what are we using? Test MockModule?
We can. I already forgot how do I write them and teach this thing, and then I forget.
Okay.
I have to go every time I start teaching it after. Okay, let's go over it, and then I know it, and then I forget.
Okay, so let's use test MockModule at the top of our test.
Okay. Test mock.
No, just capital mock, capital module. No. There you go.
Okay. Somewhere I'll put it.
Yeah,
okay.
wherever you want to put it. Okay.
You like it at the top. I also like it at the top. Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to say my module equals. Test mock module new. And then pass it in a string, the name of the module. So course management controller main. That's it. That's the only param.
Okay.
And then we'll do module mock. The name of the function we're mocking, and an anonymous sub.
So do you have any recommendation how to do this?
Yeah, I like to do two things. First, outside of the mock, I want to set a variable called called send mail. So just say my called send mail.
Called?
$CALLED. CALLED. Send mail.
Okay.
And then inside of the sub, we're going to do two things. So maybe make some new lines here. First thing we're going to do is note that we've done the mock. So just say note mocking send mail, just so we know we're doing that in the test. And then
Okay.
called send mail equals 1. And that notes that we actually called it from inside of the login thing there. Now, if you want to add additional tests, like whether send mail got past the right things or not, we'll make some more variables to store them in.
Okay. So I'll do this whole thing before I run the test case. And then,
yes.
And then here,
you just do OK called send mail.
Okay.
Maybe give it a name for the test. There.
Yeah, absolutely good. Now let's do it so how shall we do this here as well? That it checks that it's not cold. Shall I just repeat the whole thing, or?
Yeah, you can repeat the whole thing.
Like the whole setup?
Yes.
Okay. But let's do it a little bit more complex, at least here. So check, we'll need the code in any case for the next test when we want to actually use it. So
yeah, how do we return the code out of there?
Well, it's the parameters of the function.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So if we use my email, or shall I use also signatures here? Is it okay?
No, because we're well, we could, yeah, but we'll have to say use signatures up at use experimental signatures up at the top.
Okay, let's go without. Okay, well, okay. Use
experimental space quote signatures.
And no warnings, right? No warnings. Experimental. I think we need that too.
Yeah, spell signatures correctly.
That's also a good use. Sig. That's a good thing always.
Do we need the no warnings before they use experimental?
I don't think so. We need it before we actually use it, I think.
Oh, okay.
So we probably could put it inside these blocks. I think so. Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
So here we have now email and code, and somehow we save this. So my sent email and my sent code, right? So I put here sent email equals to email.
You spelled it mail above. You spelled it mail, not email, inside of the signature.
Okay, and then here we can add the test case. So first of all, is sent email equals to
That big thing.
this one. And also,
well, code is
no,
generated, so we'll just make sure it's, yeah,
I'll
that's
just,
fine.
For now. Later, what the way I usually do is that I get the code and then go on to the next request where I submitting the URL that's in the email.
Okay.
That includes that code. So
that's fine. Yeah, we need the experimental thing.
That would be a good start.
All tests successful, but we got a warning.
Where did you see the warning?
Up at the top of the run. The signatures
Okay.
feature is experimental. It's still warning, huh? Okay, so we did use feature signatures.
Do we have? No, that's the string.
Yeah, it should be just a string.
And
Much better.
okay, so probably something on the way turned on warnings.
Yeah, probably test Mojo or something like that.
Okay.
So we'll
Good.
just have to make our no warnings lexical inside of the subtest.
Do we really need this, or maybe it already turned it on?
No, we need
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay, it's good. It's actually a better place for it, because then you are turning it off. You're turning it off only for that only for that block, or for
Okay.
the subtest. Okay, we're good, and I think, yeah, we get the messages of the missing semicolons. I just noticed it. Okay.
Where's
so in the comments
Oh,
that I keep missing the semicolons, and okay, git add git progress in the login process, faking sending email, and mocking it for test. Okay, I think it's great. We made a lot of progress.
yes, we did.
Okay, so thank you very much. Any comments here that you would like to add?
No,
before we stop this now?
I think we're doing all right. I hope we're proceeding quick enough for people. There's always more to do.
That's the speed of our development. What can we do? Okay, we have to check things. We have to correct our mistakes, or my mistakes. We have to correct. So that's great. So thank you. Thank you for helping, therefore being here, and all the people who were here. Let's finish now this recording, and then hope that we'll see each other soon, and we can continue.
Sounds
okay,
good.
so really thank you very much. I'll stop the recording now. Okay, bye everyone.